In relationship to the Sinaiticus manuscript, it's republished by Kirsup Lake in the 1800s. In the Old Testament portion, you can see what appears to be even burn marks on some of the leaves that were recovered.
That almost looks like he pulled that right out of the fire, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. See, here's...
So this certainly confirms his story, or it seems to, that they were throwing these pages in the flames.
Yeah, well, they were using it like we use newspaper to start a fire. This was old, it was brittle, so made good to start a fire there in the cool mornings and evenings at the monastery.
I'm very thankful and grateful for this wonderful privilege.
Once Sinaiticus was fully published, Tischendorf became a world-famous scholar, practically overnight. Nearly all the courts of Europe showered honors and distinctions on him for his great discovery. So much so, said his son-in-law, that they could not all fit on one man's chest. Oxford and Cambridge universities honored him with their highest degrees. In the midst of all this, a copy of Sinaiticus was sent to the Pope, who wrote Tischendorf an autograph letter congratulating him. Tischendorf even mentioned how an old man of distinguished learning had said, "I would rather have discovered this Sinaitic manuscript than the Koh-i-Noor of the Queen of England."
The Koh-i-Noor was the famed diamond of India that was in possession of the English throne. And it's interesting because that's exactly how Tischendorf described his manuscript, as a diamond, he says, in his possession. And for him it was.
Because of the Codex Sinaiticus, Constantine von Tischendorf would go on to become one of the most famous men of the academic world, and perhaps the most celebrated paleographer of all time.
And it's an interesting contrast. On the one hand, you've got the reformers who are being persecuted and killed by the Church of Rome because of their faith in the Word of God, while on the other hand, you've got Tischendorf, who's being lauded by the Pope and celebrated like a prince upon the earth for his discovery.